What is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new video for you all today. Today I bring you guys picking up ammunition for 10 hours at the Gemstone Crab. Now the only problem with this video is that I have been told that there are a lot of bots that are currently picking up this ammunition, the arrows, the darts, etc. So wish me luck. I'm going to be starting out in total level worlds, so I doubt there'll be any bots here. Let's try world 416, entering the cave, which is leading directly to the Gemstone Crab and all the other players along with it. It's always a good sign to see ammunition on the ground right away. That means no one is actively picking it up, and you know, we can probably expect that in the total level worlds compared to the normal worlds, but fear not, we're just going to be spending the very first hour in the total level worlds. We'll see if anyone is actually, you know, wasting a lot of ammunition, and specifically the higher tier the ammunition, the more money that I'm going to be making. So a lot of this is fast forwarded for you guys so you get the full experience of, you know, what this is like clicking while the kill is going on. As soon as the Gemstone Crab falls every single time, you do want to stay here for an additional 10 to 20 seconds to continue to pick up the ammunition, and then you go ahead and move on to the next crab kill. You'll notice that reoccurring pattern amongst the whole video here, but yeah, I mean, this was a video requested by you guys. I've never seen a video do so well other than my last Gemstone Crab video, so thank you guys so much. You are what inspired this video here today. We return to the Gemstone Crab, not to train today and get 200 mil strength like last time, but to pick up people's arrows, people's darts, people's bolts. You name it, I'm gonna be picking it up, and hopefully we can make a decent amount of money in today's video. We're gonna be spending 10 hours here. It took about 2.5 days to complete this one. I did dress up as a ghost because I didn't want to be noticed. You know, you don't want to stand out too much while doing something like this, because not everyone is a big fan of watching others, you know, pick up their ammunition. Sometimes I get compliments while doing a video. Other times I get compliments and insults. Today was a little bit of both. So, you know, that's why I like the ghostly robes, because you don't get noticed as much, and you can kind of just blend in with your surroundings, if you will. Starting the very first hour at 5 o'clock in the morning EST about 2 days ago or so really proved to be a slow hour, but nevertheless I just want to show you guys the potential even in total level worlds, even at a dead hour when there's not that many players online. So that being said, we are coming up on our very first hour completed. Let's go ahead and check out all the loot and see what it's worth. Okay, so it is important to keep in mind that for the most part I used 1500 total worlds and 1250 total worlds. I also scanned the upper totals, but there was nothing really there, and it was 5 a.m. EST, so 136k from the very first hour. That's not that great. It's not too bad, but you know, at 5 a.m. you can't expect great results. So I'm gonna go ahead and trade over all this loot to my alternate account, and we'll keep it all in one tab. That way I can come back in about 5 hours around 10 a.m. EST, so there's gonna be a lot more players online, and that way I can actually make some more money, because I think there should be much better results, to be honest with you. 136k just doesn't seem to be, you know, nearly what I expected. Enough time went by, and I decided instead of using the total level worlds, I'm gonna simply go to world 302, and this is immediately when I started to notice that there are other players doing this. I don't really know if there's bots doing this. I was told that there are. That's kind of why I typed it out in the intro, but I didn't see anyone that looked like a bot. So, you know, keep that in mind. However, there are other players doing this, and that has to be, you know, because it's good money per hour. Otherwise, why would you bother, you know, to do such a strange thing, you know, just spam clicking the ground all day, all night. So that being said, although you're seeing this fast forwarded by 20x, all these items that I'm spam clicking, I'm certainly not getting all of them. So just keep that in mind, that the profit is really just dependent on how good you are at clicking and if you're able to get the item before the other person. Well, something that I did not anticipate was a magpie impling to get that close, and I actually managed to click on it without even trying. So there's a free sinister key. That'll go on the price check, maybe. You know, it's not ammunition though, so we'll see. I had to take a little bit of a break because the clicking is insane, especially when you have competition. You don't want to miss out on anything. I mean, you can see something as simple as 8 mithril darts, and maybe you missed out on that, who cares? But the very next item could be 10 dragon arrows. I even saw dragon darts throughout this video, so yeah, it's just so competitive, and you don't want to miss out. And that really is what causes you to click so much. There were times though that I found more laid back worlds that were not like peak worlds 302, 330, worlds like 312, 314, and if I was the only one picking up items in those worlds, then it was very laid back. I didn't have to spam click because no one was competing with me. However, this only happened, I'd say, 25% of the time. The other 75% of the time, there was always someone doing this, so just keep this in mind. It's not something brand new. I imagine since the release of the Gemstone crab, people have definitely been picking up this ammunition. I did hear someone say that they knew of someone that had picked up over 30 million GP worth of just arrows, and that's very impressive. I'm not sure if that included all of the other ammunition, but 30 mil to be made just from picking up items off the ground at the Gemstone crab, I mean, that's a lot of money. We'll see how close we get to 30 mil by the end of this 10-hour session, but, you know, seeing as the first hour went so bad and just so slow, I'm really curious to see how this second hour goes. As you can see, I did hop worlds. I was in 302 and I was really enjoying it. As you can see, look at that inventory, but, you know, after a while, there was two guys on my spot, and, well, my spot, it's not really my spot, I'll call it the ammunition spot, right? And I was not getting anything. So when you are in the situation like that, you don't have to stay and compete. There are so many other worlds out there to try and go get loot from. But yes, if you are going to choose a more populated world, of course you're going to have to deal with more people trying to get your ammunition, you know? So just keep that in the back of your mind if you do want to try this out at some point. It's definitely one of the most unique ways that I've ever made money before on this game, picking up arrows and bolts and knives and darts, you know? But that was a mixture of World 302 and World 330. Let's go ahead and check out the overall price check from this hour. Well, it better be more than 130k. What do we have? 550k in just ammunition. That sinister key brings us to over 580k, but yeah, 550k, that is incredible. Well, a big shout out to Whiskey, as well as everyone else at this beautiful blast furnace pump working on your strength XP. Mr. No Health, it's good to see you too. What a name. All right, let's go ahead and trade over everything to my alt, 309 No Sleep, and let's put it in the bank so it's safe and sound, and let's go start a fresh inventory and another fresh hour. And while I continue to click like a madman here, I just want to say thank you so much for watching the video today, guys. I really appreciate all the feedback lately, all the support, and especially all the video suggestions. You guys are crushing it lately with all that. Thank you. You have filled up my month, so I have a lot to do. And the best thing about that is that I'm looking forward to doing all of it, so it's really nice. But with that being said, another hour has been completed. Let's go ahead and check the overall loot. This was just a few random worlds this time, mainly worlds 344 and 346. All right, 304k. Let's go ahead and trade it on over to the alt, put it all in the bank, and as you can see, this bank tab is growing. Yes, that alternate account that I keep trading is actually an account that I had at the Gemstone crab. Yeah, I got 50 attack there, and so the Gemstone crab has helped me out not only on my main account, but on numerous other accounts of mine as well. So I really do love this monster. Everyone here seems to love it too. I've always seen people say good things about it. As you can see, this was a very cool hour featuring dragon darts for the first ever time. Yes, World 329 and World 310 for that hour, and it was mainly 329, but overall loot 200k. Not the greatest, but at least we got to see a lot of dragon darts. Good to know people are blowpiping away with dragon darts at the Gemstone crab. We'll go ahead and trade that over to the alt. Only managed to get 9 amethyst arrows in that inventory, but looks like we got over 400 in the bank so far. Now, as you can see in this next clip, my mouse is moving ever so slowly at the bottom of the screen there, and that is me falling asleep. That's right, I actually fell asleep during this video. That is the second time that I've fallen asleep during a video before. Out of 601 videos, that's not too bad. Well, I'd like to meet the individual who thought it would be a funny idea to drop maple logs underneath me while trying to pick up this ammunition. Well, it's nice to see people still have their sense of humor, you know what I mean? Now, halfway in so far, what did we get from this this last hour here? Not the greatest. Ooh, 164k. Let me check my notepad. It looks like that, oh, that was World 420, so put it all on the alternate account. Hour 5 completed, 4 hours left to go. I think I'm gonna spend another hour, this whole hour as a matter of fact, in World 302. I just really liked seeing the results earlier on, so although it is more competitive, it's definitely more profitable. So I will stay there. As you can see, the higher tier is definitely more noticeable. So many dragon darts, as well as amethyst arrows, rune arrows, amongst many other darts, and this overall hour was a pretty successful successful one, 438k. 302, always bringing in the big numbers. No surprise there. All right, just have to do this a few more times. There we go, trading the alt and putting it all in the bank. As you can see, the only item that was a unique there was long kebit bolts. Yes, long kebit bolts. I haven't seen those in a few years. A lot of interesting ammunition in the game. I don't think that I picked up all of the ammunition in old school RuneScape, but I definitely picked up, I'd say, more than half of all the ammunition in old school RuneScape. Look at me flexing my 23 pets there. That's so bad. All right, let's go ahead and price check overall hour, 281k. My fingers are hurting. Let's go ahead and trade that over to the alt, put it in the bank, and we have 2 more hours to go. Feels really good to be getting this video out there for you guys tonight. This has been on my bucket list for quite a few weeks now, and I didn't expect the Remington house portal video to do so good, so that's kind of why I put this one off. But once I saw the results on that one, wow, you know, you guys really gave me so much support there. So I hope you guys are enjoying this one. We are finishing up 8 hours now, and it looks like the overall loot from hour number 8 is 406k, and that was in world 305, which is yeah, it's a pretty good world. All right, we're gonna go ahead and trade it on over to the alternate account and put it in the bank. Every time I show up to this blast furnace pump, everyone always has something to say. What's going on with that? Well, I guess everyone's just kind of AFKing anyway, but yeah, another big shout out to you guys here. I absolutely love running into you all in game, and if I don't respond, it's because I'm an arrogant YouTuber and you should insult me. Now, just because I'm AFK, but yeah, I love talking to you guys, so shout out to all of you. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you guys are what makes this dream possible, so the least I can do is respond. I did drop 10 mil for you guys at the blast furnace pump, but I didn't realize it was an instance, so sorry that that never popped up. All right, 9 hours in, 366k in world 313. Not too bad. We'll trade that over to the alternate account, deposit it in the bank, and finally, at long last, after so many brutal minutes and hours of constant clicking, we are on the final hour. It's the final countdown of the last 60 minutes here. One heck of a journey, I'll tell you that. It felt like a lot longer than 10 hours, and I think this took, like I said, 2.5 days to do. So although it wasn't that long, it felt long, probably just because of all the clicking involved. Nevertheless, though, we have completed it, ladies and gentlemen. 10 hours of picking up ammunition at the Gemstone Crab has been completed. All right, let's see what I made from the very last hour. Hour number 10. 9 to 10, we made 615k. Look at all those rune arrows, all those dragon darts, as well as amethyst darts. Credits to World 314 for that last hour. That is the biggest price check of all time. Let's go ahead and trade it on over to the account, and let's look at the bank tab, because now we officially have all of the loot from the time span of 10 hours in one tab. So yeah, 18 dragon arrows, 2,200 rune arrows, 200 dragon darts, 2,200 adamant arrows. We have 1 adamant arrow P++, 2,700 atlatl darts, and yeah, it's about 700 amethyst darts. Very first price check. Let's see how much you made here. All right, the very first price check coming out to be 2.9 million GP. That's not too bad, and we have one more price check to go because all of this ammunition certainly doesn't fit in one inventory. Here comes all the bolts, all the knives, and whatever those 10 hunting things are. Let's go ahead and throw it into the price check. Overall loot from the second one, 550k. Well, that means if we add those two numbers together, the overall loot from 10 hours is 3.4 mil. Wow, let's go ahead and attempt to sell all of this ammunition. I imagine we're going to have to lower the price on a few of these items, but that is certainly okay. And once we sell everything, we will see what we're left with. All right, well, after even more fast forwarding, 3.3 mil if we round up from 10 hours of collecting ammo. Not too bad, just a ton of clicking. But at least you have that beautiful gemstone crab to admire in front of you and all the amazing players that are attacking it as well. Well, that is it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Really does mean the world. A huge thank you to the YouTube channel members with a special shout out to Gentle Jester, DeceptionZ, xXzoticx, and DaeDogGaming. Until next time, Mr. No Sleep, out.